God.
Hola, hola.
Alguém aí gosta de Grey's Anatomy? We're all like your interns.
Yeah.
We feel like it.
We work at the hospital.
Yes.
Have you ever had the chance to visit Brazil?
My first time in Brazil.
First time.
Love it.
I came in 2006 when Grey's first started after the first season, and got a chance to feel. So it was
So you know how we do it.
very much.
Yeah. And Richard, what would you like most to experience here?
The people, you all. So gracious and so kind and so giving, and you all like to party a lot.
Yes. I don't know if you noticed, but I call you Richard. But
I
it's
did.
James. Like, yeah.
It's okay.
I didn't look
okay,
at
yeah.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Chandra, Grace is not only a show to us. We've been following this show forever, like half my life, more than half my life. So, did you know about the impact you guys have here in Brazil and in the world?
Right. At first, no, we didn't, because we're just thinking about, the USA and this new show that was getting started. And we started to hear about how the show was doing internationally, that many other countries had not only started to watch the show, but then would do the translations. So last time we got a chance to meet the actors that do our voices. So that was really fun to get a chance to meet them, and that no matter where we end up going, anywhere in the world, if we tour, people know the show. They know the characters. They know the story. So that's really the biggest compliment to us in all of these years, that people really care about the story and care about the characters. Still, 20 years later.
We grew up with you. It's very special. And James, how does it feel to have such a passionate fan base?
It's pretty remarkable. I think it's just a testament to the storytelling that we've done now for 20 seasons, and that the fans have embraced it and taken this amazing journey with us, and the ups and downs and the highs and lows of all the interns and residents and chiefs and lives outside of the hospital and the on-call rooms, the whole 9 yards. But it's pretty amazing, and we're very, very thankful and grateful, and we do not take it lightly, that's for sure.
Yes.
Do you guys remember the early days? What was the audition process? Do you remember to get the roles?
Well, for me, I just come off of a TV series that only lasted like 15 episodes. I get a call from my manager. He says, there's this medical drama and they want you to come in. It didn't have a title at the time. It was called, I think it was called, was it In Residence or something? And then they changed it to the Untitled Shonda Rhimes Project. So I go into Disney and I meet with the then exec producers who were there in the room, and I knew, I had a good feeling because I was the only one in the room for that role. So I go in and I audition, and I actually do the speech that we introduce our interns and we open up the OR and this is your arena. I did that speech as my audition. So I go out, and usually they say, oh, go out, and you kind of say, well, I guess that's it. And then they asked me to come back in, and at that time, Peter was our executive producer. And he said, so Jim, what are you doing for the next 5 years? And I said, well, I guess I got a job. So
5 or 20?
Right.
For me, are there any actors out here? Any?
Tem atores
Yeah. So my audition was just an actor audition to go in for short, white, blonde women called the Nazi.
Looks like, that's her, right? That's her, right?
So that's the audition that I went to. I did the I Have 5 Rules speech for my audition. And from that, I got the part.
Thank God you did. Because we love Bailey so much. And when did you first realize that you were becoming famous due to the show?
Oh.
Oh, wow. I would say I went in the grocery store one day, and I remember a woman coming up to me, and she couldn't speak hardly. She just said, I love the show, I love the show. I said, oh, that's nice. And then literally almost every time that I was out in public, I started to get the eyes, you know, and the turns of the heads and stuff. And I said, well, I guess I got something here, you know.
I didn't get that in the beginning because it took me a while to realize that people were scared of me.
The Nazi.
So they wouldn't come up and say anything. But I think the first time was we did an event for ABC with other shows, and people could come up to take pictures and sign autographs. And we did it for a while, and slowly we started realizing that the other shows were finished and they were leaving. But we were still sitting there with this long line
went around the block.
of people to take pictures and sign autographs. So.
And you're still doing it. Chandra, every fan loves a jaw-dropping moment. So, in your opinion, what has been the most dramatic moment for Bailey on the show?
I think there have been 2 moments. The first was Bailey giving birth to her son.
We saw it at the beginning.
Yeah. And I think the second was in season 6 when the shooter was in the hospital, and Bailey was hiding under the bed and said she was a nurse. This is the first and only time Bailey ever said she was a nurse. And then helping him die, you know, basically at the elevators. So that was a really cool set of episodes.
And James, Grey's Anatomy has a reputation for making us cry in almost every episode. Yeah. What was one of the most challenging scenes for you to film, emotionally speaking?
Oh boy, there were so many. I think one that really hit home for me on a personal level was where he has to recall his mother who dies young and leaves 3 children behind. And that almost mirrored my life. I lost my mother at the age of 14 from cancer. She left behind myself and a younger sister and younger brother. So it didn't take a lot to invest in that scene for me. I remember at our read-through, we have a read-through of every episode with the whole cast and producers and stuff that you hear. And I remember in that read-through, I got it was very, very tough to get through it, but it turned out to be a very memorable episode for me. Yeah.
For us.
Our audience really loves surprise endings. So if you guys had the chance to write an epic finale for Bailey and Weber, what would you write?
Oh boy, I would probably say, because I've talked to Shonda about this, but I would probably say that she and I decide that it's time to retire or whatever, and it's prompted by the fact that
she's like, I'm not retired.
that the hospital, now this is my pitch, that the hospital has been sold to somebody else and they want to tear down the building and do some other things. And she and I, on our last day, we walk into the OR, not look at each other, not say a word. We turn off the lights, close the door, and that's the end of the show.
I'm crying already. How can you do it?
What's yours?
So the hospital should get named Bailey Weber Institute.
Yes!
And even if we aren't doing surgery anymore, for some reason we feel like we need to stand at the door every episode, open it and let everybody in. Every day, just because. And that's how we end, letting more people in.
Right.
We would love that. Yes, amazing. So this has been such an amazing opportunity. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much for sharing your insights here with us. I know. Yeah, but unfortunately we're running out of time. So thank you so much.
Thank you
Façam
so
muito
much.
barulho,
Muito
gente.
barulho.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Can we take a selfie with them?
Yes.
Vamos tirar uma selfie com ele?
Hora da foto.